From travel and accommodation to generous superannuation entitlements, the perks of being a politician seem never-ending. So what exactly are our politicians able to claim at the public's expense? Well, firstly, their salaries, starting at just under $200,000 for a backbencher. That's more than many Australians dream of. The PM gets over $500,000, while cabinet ministers get $336,000. Bronwyn Bishop, who's been under fire for a $5,000 helicopter ride, among other questionable expenses, earns a little over $340,000 a year. You might say that's fair. Why shouldn't our politicians be well paid? And you might be right. But it's the added extras that seem particularly generous, like the electoral allowance all MPs receive. It ranges from $32,000 to $46,000, depending on the size of the electorate. All ministers get an office in Canberra and at least one electoral office with all IT and other equipment paid for. Last financial year, office refurbishments cost taxpayers $32 million. MPs can also claim for printing, websites and postage costs. They get almost $4,000 in subscriptions to print and online publications each year. Their calls and phone lines are also paid for too, along with photographic services, the cost of Australian flags and other national symbols. When ministers travel, they're entitled to business class for both domestic and international flights and can claim the cost of accommodation and meals. The taxpayer also covers the cost of travel for their spouse and a staff member. Last year, $7 million was paid out in travel allowances. And while the average Australian gets 9.5% of their salary paid into super, Pollies get 15.4%, along with other generous entitlements upon retirement. While there's no doubt most politicians' expense claims come within the rules, many are calling for an end to the age of entitlement. Or maybe we should all just get jobs in Canberra.